It is Tuesday morning and I thought I'd share the first of my double wardrobes. We do have 5 double wardrobes in our main bedroom, and funny enough, this was the first lot of furniture me and hubby bought together. They were originally from MFI when it existed, and these are now 30 years old. They have done really well and still are, and they're very roomy. And I have actually, as I said, shown these before, but I'll give you a look at my first wardrobe. Now, I've mentioned a number of times I am short, so there's my hand. So hubby actually lowered all the shelving and for the coat hangers and everything, just for it being easier for me to put clothes away, and also gave us more room up the top there, as you can see, quite high up. I'm going to step back to give you the effect, for jumpers. And I think about 2 years ago now, I decided to put some extra shelving in, and the cheapest way of doing it, and they've lasted up really well, is these wooden shoe racks from B&M. I believe they were $3.99, and I have got one at the top here, just to help store my jumpers, and I'll show you. I've got one at the bottom of this wardrobe to house my shoes, and I do have one in my hubby's wardrobe to corral his shoes as well. I am going to start at the top and possibly go in more detail than I did before. Now, I did say in my video yesterday that I did actually have a good sort out of my clothing beginning last year. Jumper wise, I have had the whole of the shelves out. I've cleaned it, but I've put all of them back. The only jumper I really got rid of was the teddy bear one that I showed you. That's in my pile from yesterday. At the moment, I can't see me getting rid of any more jumpers. I used them all. This one here is separated because this is one I got from Primark after Christmas last year. It was reduced down to £5, and it's this maroon colour, and it's just got the wording amazing on it. So that one's there because I am still wearing it. I've worn it once when we went out on Saturday to Rushton Lakes, and when we got back I had a bath, had put my PJs on and just put my dressing gown on. So I've only worn it a little while, so I'm going to wear it again. You might notice that there is a colour scheme going on here. This, again, is something that has helped me for years now. And I'm going to quickly go through them. Here is navy. Now, these are 3 really thick fleece jackets. They do take a lot of space up, admittedly, but first of all, years and years ago, we were camping, and for the last, it must be 11-12 years now, we've been caravanning. We do a lot of hiking as well, so the thick fleeces do come in handy. These 2 here are Christmas jumpers that I've washed and stored away. I tend to put the ones higher up that possibly I don't use so much, depending on the season. Then I've got an odd green, blue, and I have actually got a pink one which is in the wash. I went through a stage that I got them in different colours. My favourite colours are lilac and purple, and that's probably why you'll notice I've got quite a few. That one there I got last year when I was in Norfolk, and I paid something like £1, £1.50 for it from Pep & Co. And again, some of those are quite thick fleeces. I have got red here, 2 red. This is another La Gear, I think it is, High Gear, sorry, and Regatta. I use a lot of their makes again, especially when we're going in the caravan. This one here well, these are all orange, but this one here is a regatta one. And then over here I have a couple of miscellaneous. These are two very lightweight jackets, like zippy jackets. And that one is one I got from a charity shop, which I really do like, and that is very good. I thought for medium weather, because it's just got a lace sleeve. It is fleece on the main body, but the sleeves are fleece. Behind this one's another lightweight jacket, and that is a cardigan I got from the charity shop. I went off cardigans, then I bought about, I think, 3 or 4 from the charity shop and car boot, just to put over with t-shirts. So I do prefer my lightweight fleece jackets. That's a cardigan. That's a 3/4 cardigan, so is that. And that is one of those jumpers that looks like it's got a another jumper underneath, but it's all in one. So that is all my jumpers. I do review it constantly through the year, and as I keep saying, this system I've had in place for years, along with all my clothes. I do keep reviewing it, but the system just works for me. In this little basket here, as you've probably noticed, some of the baskets are all red. That's because I had mostly red in our bedroom. I've just got a few belts, and I use a lot of these paper folders because they're thin and they just slot in lovely. And this one, which has got Keep Calm and Carry On, because I used to have so much of this stuff. I used to actually have the rug in here as well, until it got so old that I had to get rid of it. It's actually got the rolled up tops in, like vest tops, and I just put them all in there. I'm hoping to get rid of 2 or 3 of those. I have got goals in here. Jumpers not so much, because I really did thin those out last year. Coming down to my t-shirts, blouses and everything, and shirts. Now it does look an awful lot. I'm hoping to get rid of at least 10 items. That is my goal. Again, maybe I've made more work for myself. I did take it all out and the bottom bit just to clean it all and put it all back. Feeling a little bit rough still. Wasn't in the actual mood to try clothes on, but I'm sure I can find 10 more items to get rid of. Now, I will stipulate this is all my shirts, t-shirts, doesn't matter what the season is. I do not store my seasonal clothes away. I leave them all in the wardrobes. I suppose like any country, weather conditions change so drastically. I mean, at the moment, I haven't been outside, but I can see it's quite bright today. I haven't got any lighting on, so this should be fine. But weather conditions can change an awful lot. That's one reason I keep everything together. Summer, wear a t-shirt. In the winter, t-shirt with a fleece or jacket. So really and truly, it doesn't actually make any benefit to me to store things away. The only thing that I will say is in my second wardrobe, I do move the shorts to the back of the wardrobe, which I will show you, and bring my trousers forward. That's probably the only thing I really do. And as you can see, if you've noticed, it is actually colour coordinated. Everybody laughs at this, and funny enough, my youngest son is the same, hubby's the same, they all are colour coordinated. It may seem funny to some people. It works for us, and it certainly works for me, especially when I was working, because I lived in black jeggings, blue jeans and a top. Basically, it was too hot in the building as a carer, so we just wore a t-shirt. So it was quite easy to work that way. Now I'm going to explain how I've worked this out. You'll notice short and long are together, but they're in the colours. I've got 4 tops here that I haven't worn yet. I bought them from charity shops last year. I've left them there. Either I have tried them on, they do fit, but I want to try them on again. I haven't worn them, and I think there's 1 or 2 that I am not totally sure about, so they may go back to the charity shop. Then I've got lilac and purple. Then I go into the pinks, deep pink, then navies and blues, and I got some light blue there as well. This is like a maroony colour. That's the one I had for the wedding. Red, and you see I'm gone into my long sleeved as well. Then it's greens, and I've got like a minty green, and I've got a lime green there. Then I've gone into browns, which is there, peach, orange, and then we've got these, which I've put under cream, all my cream ones, and I've even got a couple of like vest top ones there. That's cream. Going into white. Now I know I've got quite a few white, and that's where I'm hoping to get rid of a few. Then going into grey. That one that's actually coming off the coat hanger. Going into black. Now this one I got from a charity shop, but you probably saw it in a lot of my videos, and it's so comfortable. So going into black, some are long sleeve, some are short, and there we are. And then I've got a couple of really decent tops there, and this one I've had absolute years. I've worn it so many times, and I've got some like velvety trousers that I wear it an awful lot. This is what is my go-to going out outfit. That and my velvety black trousers. And I know some people think, well, you know, going out with company, got to wear something different. Doesn't bother me. I say, and I've even had comments from my son saying, oh, got your old favourite on, mother? And I said yes, because I don't wear it that often. It was an expensive blouse or top, but I've certainly get my money out of it. But then again, I probably only wear it maybe a couple of times a year. And yes, at the end here I've got 2 dresses that belong to our granddaughter. I've just hung them up here because they are short of space at the moment. They're for next year, so I've left them there so they're nice and you know, don't get creased or anything. So you might have noticed, yeah, over the years it is slightly buckled, so that's one reason I want to thin it out, and hubby's going to have a look to see whether maybe he can secure that in the middle or something. As I said, these units are over 30 years old now. So that is the jumpers, t-shirts, tops, blouses, and I'm going to sit down on the floor, as I keep saying, so excuse me if I jolt the camera a little bit while I sit on the floor with a thump. I'm hoping maybe this will give you, you know, maybe some little ideas. I don't know how you store your things. I would say the bedroom is one of my happy places, besides my cubby, my craft cubby. I don't know why, it seems to be one of the rooms that's less cluttered on the surface anyway, but wardrobes, to say we've got 5 double wardrobes, all seem to stay organised. I don't know whether deep down that's why I feel relaxed in this room. Just me and hubby. Hubby's pretty good actually. He's really tidy. He doesn't like clutter, I must admit. Again, I don't know whether that is why I feel comfortable. It doesn't actually explain why I don't always sleep. I think I have actually slept better since I've took a lot of the technology out, which I did last year. As I said, towards the end of the year, I took all the TV out, the Digibox, quite a few bits and pieces actually. And as I say, we don't really leave phones up here unless I'm doing any organising or filming. At night they all stay downstairs. The only electronic we have going is our electric alarm clock. That's the only piece of technology I can say that we have in our bedroom. Right, end of waffle. Let me just explain. On the top shelf, I think what I'll do is I will show you what I've got and why. I do have wellies. That is because in the past, and happen to be purple, we've had some really bad snowfalls. Although very often now, unless it's really deep, I prefer to go for my trekking boots, which I keep in big red in our other car. But these are just handy to have here. And I like these because they've got a decent tread on them as well. Another set that I use in the house is these with the grip and fleece lined. I've got them, as I said yesterday, I've got my cream ones out. But if I'm going to do any major housework, I will probably put these on rather than my creamy ones. I have said this a number of times, I am diabetic, and one thing being a diabetic and on insulin is to look after your feet. And if I'm doing any organisation, I really need to have something solid on my feet. The number of times I've dropped things on my feet, but luckily I've had quite thick, like these slipper boots on, which has protected my feet, because I've had an injury to my ankle before and it's taken months to heal. Now I've got two sets of boots. There's this one, which I think I've only worn once or twice. Before Christmas, I got into wearing my boots. My other boots, I've got two. I'm thinking there's a question mark on this pair because I started wearing this pair, which seems to be more comfortable. Now, they're both from the same store. Slightly different and slightly, if you can see that, different heels. I'm not very much into heels, but these did make me feel good. And having that little bit of heel, I keep saying this, I am a short person. My son's hubby are all well over 6 foot, and I'm only 5 foot. So sometimes it's just nice to have that little bit of heel. Just even that tiny bit just makes me feel a bit taller. And I keep saying this, but there is question marks, and I am writing a list in my book of things that I've got a query on. And as I said, this pair is more comfortable than that pair. So this pair I think I'm going to be getting rid of, but I'm just keeping hold of them for a bit longer. Although saying that, I've had them over a year and have never worn them. So really and truly, in that year, I should actually really get rid of them. There we go. Right, down the bottom there, I've got my slippers. These are the ones with the beans in. These were a gift. Again, these are what I wear in the winter. I feel a bit funny walking in because they're the bean type ones when you walk in. I've got Minnie Mouse because I've got the Minnie Mouse dressing gown. These are the ones that I had for Christmas. These have got a question mark on. Now, these have still got a price on, and I've worn these, believe it or not, mostly in the home, but they've got quite a bit of weight to them. You know, instead of going barefoot, I tend to in the summer wear flip-flops, but these do feel heavy. In fact, these were a new look, I think they were about 16 or 17 pounds originally, and I got them in the sale for £3. And I've only worn them in the home, even though they've still got the price on. But they don't feel very comfortable. It's the weight. These are the ones I prefer to use. These were possibly a little bit cheaper, but these were Avon, and they're supposed to help your posture and when you're walking. And these are lightweight. That's what I like. These I bought after the summer holiday. I do like my clogs. I've got a pair near the back door and a pair in the caravan. These were reduced down to £1. I think they were £2 or £3.99, and for £1 for white. And all the ones that I've had before have been fine and not a problem, and quite comfortable. So I like those. Let me get those back up with one hand. Oh, let's get this pair out first. The next pair is my favourites ones, which are there. These were peacocks, and I've had these a couple of years now, and I just love the design on them, and I think I may have shown these in a couple of videos when I've shown you what I'm wearing. And yes, they're flat, they're comfortable. If we're going out, yes, I'd wear them in the car. If we're doing any longer walking, I have to have my feet sealed up. That's the only problem. I have got a thing about protecting my feet, as I keep saying. These are the reason I got rid of the other boots, because I had these for my son's wedding, and they are comfortable. I wore them all through the wedding and the wedding reception, and I didn't have a problem, which is a big surprise to me. And then these trainers I got in the sale. Now, were these Tesco's? I think these could have been Tesco's. These are the ones that I was wearing for Zumba. I have got my everyday trainers downstairs under the stairs that I wear every day. At the back, again in the sale, I've bought them. I haven't worn these yet. I've got like a plimsoll type and like a boot type in black. I have got something about black. These are sandals that I've worn in the house. I haven't worn them out. I got them in the, well, towards the end of the summer from the charity shop. Got a bit of heel on. These are the ones that I can wear. And this pair, that's why I got rid of the other wedges, because they were just too high. This is about the right height for me. But again, if I had a choice, I prefer my flats. This here was okay. Didn't mind that one. But saying that, years ago, especially when I worked for a building society, I did wear heels all day. Maybe that's another reason why I've gone on to flats. I've got another one of these paper cardboard storage things, and I'm quite small-footed anyway. My size in shoes varies to what type of shoes I wear. I've got my flip-flops. So I've got my purple ones, mint greens, pink, and these peachy ones. And these are what I've used last year. I have, when I was sorting out my other wardrobe, I have got a little stock of a couple of pairs of new slippers, and I've also got extra new flip-flops. Again, I've known I've got them for like 50p and cheaper even after the season. So that's my flip-flops. That's why I know I've got a store of slippers. I used to have so many pairs of slippers, and I love these. Because again, I was off work. When I was working, I was off for a number of months with a really bad shoulder hand. I lost the use of my right side, and consequently I lived in slippers and pyjamas. I couldn't get dressed properly myself, so that's probably why I've still harbour a slight collection of slippers. Not so many as I used to do. I remember running them across the landing. I haven't got the photograph anymore, fortunately, but I think you'll be shocked. But I have gone down now because I haven't actually bought any slippers for a long time, except of course I've got my Christmas ones. So I'm trying to use up what I got. So I hope you've enjoyed this show of my first wardrobe and any ideas it may give you. I'm under the understanding that even if doors are closed, it's still nice to have a look at something that is quite organised and kind of looks nice. And as I say, this has worked for me, and that is another reason why I am sharing it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video of my first wardrobe, and I'll be sharing my second wardrobe in the next video. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.